for high performance, you want more power or less weight. And today's car goes with weight, or I should say lack of weight. Today we're lucky enough to get his hands on this Westfield SEiW. Barry, the owner, and I are going to take a walk around this car, look at all the key features of this Westfield, and then take it out on some of our favourite roads. Welcome everyone to this week's Fast and Fun. So Barry, the car then, tell me a bit about it. It's what year is it to start off with?
It's 2006.
And what is it again? A Westfield?
It's a Westfield SEiW, and it's got a 1.8 Z-Tech engine in it.
So a Ford
car
engine in it. And is this built by Westfield? Is this kit car?
No. So with a Westfield, you can either have built at the factory, expensive option, or build it yourself. So that's a kit build. This one is a kit build.
Kit build. And are most kit build or not?
Not entirely sure, but I'd imagine, yeah. That's half the fun of it, I think.
Yes.
Building it and knowing the car, every nut and bolt on it.
Right. And regarding the kit builds compared to manufactured builds, is there any price difference value-wise or not?
Not especially. I mean, if somebody's selling a factory-built car, it gives something. It gives something.
But it's not a significant. There's not like a 25% uplift in value because it's right. Okay.
No.
And I think it's important to note here that Barry, you're not a one Westfield wonder, are you? You've owned a lot, both bike and car engined.
Yeah,
Westfields.
over the years we're into the teens, I would say.
Okay.
So the history on it for me is Dad built one in 1988. I was a young boy, a schoolboy. He built it in the garage, kit built car. Remember helping him wire it up.
Yeah.
Putting all the labels on. And got all starry-eyed, I suppose.
And that
always
got
wanted
you
one.
hooked.
Yeah, I'd always wanted one. So, and Dad's always had one since then.
Right. Okay.
Still got two now, actually.
Right. So, and currently you've still got several now.
Yeah.
What have you tended to go towards, car or bike? Engined.
Yeah. So, I got my first one in year 2000.
Yeah.
It had a car engine in it.
Yeah.
Me and a friend stripped it to chassis.
Yeah.
And at the time, that was the time when everyone was sort of starting to put bike engines in them.
Yeah.
So we did that. We put a Honda Fireblade engine in that car.
Yeah.
So I think they're great. They're very affordable. You know, a bike engine. If something goes wrong with the bike engine, you replace it for £1,000.
Yeah.
So you get ridiculous performance for not a lot of money.
Yes. And what's your favourite? What is best suited for the? I'm a complete novice when it comes to Westfields.
Yeah.
Never driven one. Don't think I've even been in one. I've been in the Caterham as a passenger, but never driven one. But what's best, bike or car, or is it horses for courses?
So I'd probably say my first one being a bike engine.
Right.
I was blown away by it. I think I'd probably say bike.
Right.
That said, this one in particular, I'd say, is the first car engine one that's got a fair bit of power.
Yeah.
And I'm warming to the idea of, for the road, a car engined car.
Right, okay. And so just let's talk about, has this been dyno? Do we know power outputs?
Yeah, so this has been on the dyno.
Sorry, and this is what, again, it's a Ford?
Yes, it's a Ford Z-Tech. It's a 1.8 Z-Tech.
For what sort of period?
Probably late 90s, early 2000s.
Okay, yep.
So in standard form, probably about 100 up to 130, I think, in the Fiesta RS 1800.
Yeah.
So this one has been on the dyno. I don't know. I didn't build the engine. I don't know much about it, if I'm honest. But the printout's 168 horsepower.
Right. Okay.
It's got Omex.
And what do you know what revs that's delivered at?
7.2.
7.2.
Yeah.
So it's still quite high revs.
Yeah. So how they got the power out of this one? I'd imagine it's had some headwork, certainly some cams.
Yeah.
It's got Omex throttle bodies.
right,
and ECU.
And we'll take a look at all that on the walk around. I think the important bit and part of the intro was weight.
Yep.
So what do these come in at? Well, just
really,
again,
yeah,
roughly.
really vary. So the lightest of like bike engine car, you get down to 400.
No way. 400.
Yeah.
Wow.
Is, yeah.
Kilograms, that is. Yeah.
Yeah. So that's twice the weight of a motorbike. So it's nothing.
Yeah.
And this would be about 550-ish, I would say.
Right. Okay.
The heavy weights, I'm not sure of the weight, but you can get a V8 engine car.
Right.
The Westfield SEiW.
Yes, I've seen that. I've seen them before actually advertised.
I've also seen small block Chevys in them, Cosworth engines. Yeah.
So it's all driven largely by what you put under it.
Yeah, that is really the value. I mean, there's obviously a number of components you can upgrade and you spend all the money on that sort of thing.
Yeah.
But really, the value in these is based on what the engine is.
Yeah, and having bought and owned many over the years, do you find? Well, I mean, the attraction. Why this compared to my go-to is always Caterham.
Yeah.
Why Westfield over Caterham? For
so, I mean,
I don't know.
The Westfield for me was a definite go-to because of Dad.
Okay, so you have family connections.
Yeah. Right? So I was always going to have one.
Yeah.
And I have sort of stuck with it.
One, did you say, or?
I've got a few. Yeah, I enjoy that. Why not a Caterham? I would have a Caterham if my bank had a little bit more money in it. I think probably.
Right.
But
is it value for money? Is that what?
I think if I was going to have a Caterham, I'd want the best Caterham, and you're looking at 50 grand for something like that.
Right. Okay.
I can have 2 Westfields and still have money in my pocket.
For that. Westfields, give me I've got this in my head randomly, by the way, because I know there's huge variance, but Westfield for me is sort of 10k, Caterham's feels like 20k. Yeah. That's in my head for a comparable type of cars.
Yeah.
What to get you in a good Westfield, and I don't mean a dog that needs a lot of work. I mean something that's really usable that I could get in, drive it, and what you sort of look is 10k going to get you in? Is it
10K,
more or less?
10k would get you in an okay Westfield.
Right. Okay.
It would be sort of a starter, I think. But reasonable condition when you're going to start out and don't want to do too much work to just drive the car, enjoy summer. 10 grand would get you one. That wouldn't get you throttle bodies. I wouldn't say.
Yeah.
It might get you a CVH.
So what are you going to need? 12, 15?
I'd say between 10 and 15 is a reasonable start.
Right. Okay.
I think. And then you can go.
And is there much difference between bike and car engined, value-wise? Are they comparable, a Mega Booster or Mega Blade compared to a Z-Tech? Or
so a Mega Booster would be, depending on spec, of course, all the components, 15 grand. Mega Blade,
bit cheaper, I'll take
10 to 12.
Yeah, okay.
Something like that.
Okay, so they are similar then?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. But you just think that the bike engines are better for track? And probably
the
car engines are probably better suited for the road.
Exactly that. Yeah, I went out with Dad in this one yesterday.
Yes.
I've not had it that long.
Yeah.
Screen, because the bike engine cars don't normally have like an aero screen, so you're wearing crash helmet.
Got you.
On the road.
More hardcore.
Yeah. Doors, heater.
We'll cover the doors when we get onto the video.
Yeah. Comfier seats. This is, I'd say, I've done most of my driving in this has probably been on track.
Yeah.
But say this one, I've enjoyed driving it on the road. So I went out with Dad yesterday, and we just both enjoyed it, I suppose.
Okay, right. Let's have a quick look around the car. It won't take very long because it's not very big. That's the whole point of it. So we'll take a walk round and we'll pick out some of the key features of this lightweight Westfield. I think first thing to say, this combination of yellow with these, what size alloys are they, Barry?
13s.
Yeah, the black alloys running on Geoprox's R888s look fabulous. The meaty tyres, track focus tyres. Are these carbon or?
Carbon effect.
Carbon effect, okay. They do look nice. I know some of them, Westfields, I've seen with that horrible front mudguard,
the flared arch.
The flared arches. I don't like them, me. Yeah. But those are really, really nice.
Yeah, it's more of a classic look. So say some people love them.
Yes. And at the front end, so I take it this is just carbon effect on the
just carbon
intake. Is
on that,
there? It's a Q registration because it's a kit car, as it were. Front indicators.
Yep.
Yeah.
Front
Headlights, obviously.
Yeah.
The bonnet. So this is part of the.
This
is the radiator tucked in down there?
Yeah, that's a ducted nose.
Right.
So this ducted nose and the V8 bonnet, they were initially for the S8 or the SEiW.
Right, the one with it. So you've put this on. Somebody's put this on for aesthetic reasons.
I mean, originally it would be to get the lump in the V8 under there, I'd imagine.
Yeah, but it's just there now because it looks better. Yeah, that's the only reason.
And the ducted nose would be, obviously, it cools through there. The hot air comes out through the duct.
Yeah.
So it doesn't go into the engine bay.
Okay, cool. Suspension on this.
Yeah, so adjustable. There's nothing fancy suspension on this. But it is adjustable, height and rebound.
Okay.
So the adjuster is there.
Okay.
And then obviously you'd adjust the height on.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So and that's easy accessible as well, I suppose.
Yeah. I mean, I think everything on this car is easy to get to, and that's sort of the beauty of it, really.
The alloys, love these alloys. What make are they?
Team Dynamics.
Team Dynamics, yeah, absolutely lovely. Just the way it's been embossed with motorsport as well. The gold Westfield calipers, I don't know how easy you can say that. See that. They are, how many pot calipers are those?
4-pot calipers, but yeah, billet those calipers.
Wow, yeah. 4-pot on a car that weighs 550 kg.
Yeah, I mean, arguably, the M16 Cortina calipers, more than enough.
More than enough.
But these look better. They're lighter.
Yeah. Look at this exhaust. Absolute beauty, that is. So, side exit looks absolutely lovely. Oh, just exposing all the welds, etc. Really, really nice looking. And then the luxury of a windscreen and pretty lightweight door. Do the bike engined Westfields not come with windscreens and doors then, or is it just up to the build?
I've seen them, yeah.
Right, okay.
But
it just adds a bit more usability, I suppose.
For the road, yeah. Unless you want to put a crash helmet on, or some kind of big old type helmet with glasses.
Yeah. And then we take a look around the back of the car. So this suggests, is this with this indent, is that actually originally for a spare
wheel? It would have.
Okay.
And actually, that's still got the spare wheel. That's the spare wheel holder. So you basically you could pull that out, drop the spare wheel on there, and bolt through in.
Right, got you. Yes,
but a can of tyre foam's probably good enough.
Yes, yeah. This there's a cover then you can put on this, is there? Or not?
Yeah, you can get a vinyl cover that goes over this, or you can actually buy a sort of a lid, box. If you're into sort of touring, I suppose that makes sense. Or if you want to put the hood in there.
Touring, not very far. Ali complains about the frunk on the R8. I'm not sure that would suffice for a weekend away, but
there's a group. I'll tell you, there's a group this weekend have gone, I think, across to Europe in some Westfield boys' weekend away. So
my word, that's definitely hardcore. Fuel?
Yeah. Ali, what they call them, aero filler, I think it's called.
And then here, I don't know if you can see this on the camera. There's quite a lot of. I suppose, is this where the fiberglass has just cracked? Yeah. Is it what's
so
this?
When you can probably, if you look underneath the arch ridge, you can see the inside of the fiberglass, and you'll possibly be able to see that they've not put any kind of coating on them. I tend to put some kind of sort of rubberized under seal type coating on the underside to basically stop the stones flicking up and putting those stars in the.
So that's what's done it.
Yeah.
It's actually from the inside, just stones hitting the underside of the wheel arch.
Yep.
And it just basically punctures and just causes a little fracture.
Yeah.
Oh, right. But these, how much are these if you want to replace them?
So a pair of these are about 600 new.
Okay, that's not bad.
It's not ridiculous.
That's not
bad. You'll see these ones are detachable.
Yeah.
It's an easy enough job to do.
And then if we have a look, normally we have to step inside, I don't this time. So this is a SEiW
W. Yeah.
W.
Yeah.
So this is the wide body. That's what the W stands for, isn't it?
Yeah. Yeah. So the SE, I don't even know what SE is, Rich.
Okay.
I'll be
Yeah,
totally
okay.
honest.
That's fine.
The I is independent rear suspension.
Yes.
And the W is wide.
Right.
So the first car that I built is a narrow.
Yeah.
I'm not, as you can probably see, I'm not especially narrow, but I can just about get in it.
Well, it's a good test because both of us are.
Not especially narrow.
We're not particularly narrow, are we? So to get in, two of us in here, and to tell you the truth, it doesn't look that uncomfortable.
No.
There looks like there is quite a bit of space in there.
It does make a massive difference. The narrow body to the wide body.
Yes.
Yeah.
And the seats, I like these. I was fearful that they were going to come on some thin bit of carbon lightweight bucket seats, but these are, dare I say, from a Westfield point of view, feel soft. Well, they're leather clad, soft, comfortable as far as Westfield goes.
They're all right.
It feels like it's the Range Rover of Westfield.
I think
Those
you'll be
seats.
surprised, Rich, how comfy it is.
Yeah, good.
I'm not sure I'd want to go to Europe myself though.
No. Gearbox. What speed is it? 5?
Yes, it's a 5-speed
Right.
Ford gearbox.
Yeah.
MT75, I think it's called.
So this is the gearbox that would have been
Sierra. I think an MT75 would be.
right. Okay, so this would have been mated to the Z-Tech engine, or was it different?
I think so.
Right. Okay. No, it's okay. So I'm inquiring because I suppose over time though you will have had so many engines and gearbox. I'll call them concoctions where people have done what they need to do.
Yeah.
Because I think you've told me in your past you've actually, engines out, put new engines in, and that probably is that's what happens with a Westfield.
Yeah, you do what you want to do, and most things are possible.
Yes. And that's the purity of the steering wheel. I absolutely love that. No complex in buttons with that at all. Right, can we have a quick look under the bonnet?
Yeah.
And straight away you can see almost, I suppose, the space here with the Ford block. This is the
Omex throttle bodies.
Omex throttle bodies. This is what I think Aaron had on his Mark II Golf GTI actually. So noise-wise, induction noise,
lovely.
Really fruity, is it?
Yeah, really loud.
Can't wait. And I suppose for your own DIY mechanic, a lot of these simpler jobs, the easy access, that's got to be quite a endearing feature, I think, of the Westfield. They don't look that massively complex, really.
No.
Around access.
Yeah, I mean, setting them up, say, having these, you'd have to go to a rolling range, have them mapped and whatever properly.
Yeah.
But the actual physical fitting of all the parts, I think most people who've got
some idea are able to do it.
Yeah.
And the other advantage, I suppose, in a climate where garage space, modern garages are really, really small. The size of a Westfield really helps because actually, in a very modest-sized garage, you can quite easily get a Westfield in there.
Yeah, I mean, one of my other cars I had on a trailer.
Yes.
And even the trailer fitted in the garage. So
yeah, perfect. Okay, right. So much for looking at it. Let's get out on some of our favourite roads. You'll join us in a few minutes on the open road here in Gloucestershire.